Okay. Cal, wonderful to meet you. How are things going with you today?
They're going fantastic. How are things with you?
Things are great. It's a lovely day, and I'm getting to talk to you about this hilariously fun film. I watched it. My kids are a little bit older now, so I was kind of like, my kids grew up in the Barney era, and I wanted to know from you, how Paw Patrol savvy were you getting into this?
I have a 3 and a 6-year-old, so I was a certified Paw Patrol aficionado when I joined the team. I think even going into pitch, when they're starting to move forward on making a movie, they take pitches from different people about their take on it, and I had quite a strong emotional connection to it through my son and daughter, and so that really informed my approach to how I thought we could translate this kind of beloved property to the big screen.
Absolutely. And well, I want to ask you about that because here you have, two big fans in your household who probably have their favorite pups. So, like, did they say, hey, dad, concentrate on one over another? Or how much of an influence were they on you?
My daughter really, really, really loves Sky, and so you know,
Yeah.
the whole Spin Master team certainly had. We need to make sure every pup's got a moment because everybody's got a favorite, but for me and my daughter, who's my first kid,
Yeah.
is her connection to Sky was really quite powerful, and so we have some really big moments in the movie that right away I was like, I want to just show her how awesome Sky
Yeah.
can be, and yeah, so I took that as a bit of a personal challenge, and I think we delivered.
Oh, definitely delivered. So, like I said, this is so much fun, and you have your Paw Patrol people and well, voices and everything. But then you get some really amazing actors to lend their voices to some of the characters that we see in this film. Just talk a little bit about that because from Tyler Perry to Kim Kardashian as a poodle, and then of course I mean, it's astounding to me. What was that like when you found out that you were going to have this team to work with?
Well, Paw Patrol has got a wonderful thing going for it in that a lot of these actors have kids who are fans of the show. So it makes that conversation a lot easier. I think I wasn't on the phone, but I think the conversation with Tyler Perry went
Yeah.
something like they called to ask him if he wanted to be in Paw Patrol. He looked down at his son and said, "Should Daddy do Paw Patrol?" And of what's the kid gonna say? Of course. So that allowed us to have connections to talent that would be really difficult to get to do animated voices. And Jimmy Kimmel joked about it a lot on his show.
Yes.
He's got a little one, and so that really ended up being a gift for us because we got to work with really wonderful cast. They brought so much to it, and they've been incredibly supportive of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to ask you, I mean, what do you think is the enduring success to this animated program? And now, of course, like, I'm sure the kids are just chomping to see this film, but what is it about it? It really is adorable. They are adorable.
I, I think when I watch my kids watch the show, I think it's because um, there's a real clear definition uh, of who are the good characters and what the right thing to do is.
Right.
And it's really clear. And I think the whole show, and certainly my approach to the movie, was to try and do something really uncynical. Try and
Mm.
just tell a great story and have genuine emotion and not be trying to be sarcastic or smarmy. It's really like a open, positive experience, and I think that's why it's lasted so long.
Yeah, because I remember like I said, when my kids were little, some of the stuff I had to endure and watch with them, I was like, hang me now, seriously, and I'm sure you feel the same way as a dad. So how do you keep that balance to make it entertaining for the kids, be funny, but also, you're learning a few lessons from the film, no question about it. But then keeping that balance of the funny, the drama, and making it enjoyable for a family and not just little kids.
I mean, that's it's great that you say that. That was certainly our number one priority when we started the film was we want to make sure that we create a great experience for the young current viewers, but we want to make a full family film here that parents get something out of, that the older siblings get something out of.
Mhm.
um, and and so it all really started with what the emotional story was at the center of this. We knew there was going to be these kind of big action rescues, the big kind of theatrical effects moments. That was a given, but we wanted to try and tell a strong emotional character story. And the two characters that have the strongest emotional story in the movie are Liberty and Chase.
Exactly.
And Liberty's a new pup, and Chase ends up um, struggling with fear and trying to figure out how to solve that problem. And once we had the framework of a nice emotional story, then we could start building in kind of comedic moments and some of the big set pieces. But it really started with trying to make sure we had a story the audience could empathize with and connect to.
Yeah, and when you have, such great talent, especially like the Jimmy Kimmels of the world, how much improvisation do you allow?
Well, it's always allowed. That's the beauty with animation is we can
Yeah.
try anything. We can try it as many ways as an actor is willing to try. So we go in and usually we want to get what we've written, but we're always open to their take. That's the reason they're in the movie is because they're funny and they've got their own ideas. And oftentimes what happens is after the first time we record with them, we see what works. And then we go back and we write more. We go, okay, that structure of joke works great for Jimmy. So let's change some other lines. Then we go back and we record with them again. And the characters kind of evolve like that.
Yeah, and then of course, you started working on the film, and then boom, COVID hits. And the beauty of animation, everybody has to have their stuff working from home, but the beauty is they can do it from home. People can record in their homes. People can edit in their home. So, but what kind of challenge did that cause you, Cal, or was it seamless?
It was terrifying at first in terms of just the logistically about the film. I mean, it was scary for all the other reasons too.
Yeah,
But speaking just of the film, we had 350 artists who were used to having meetings in rooms and sitting, and suddenly we had to figure out, and our amazing partners at Micros, the animation studio, figured this out in a matter of days, how to take a full studio and kind of spread it out to everybody's homes and keep everything working. At one point over the lockdown, we had to go into an empty studio just to pick up some of our things. We could see all of the computer monitors in the studio were alive with people remotely working on the computers. And so you could see mouses moving and pointers grabbing things. There's like hundreds of kind of like ghost driven computers by all of our artists at home. It was quite a strange sight, but yeah, they found a way to make it work, and it became um, strangely, we got to see people's kids and their cats, and we got to know the crew in a different
right.
different way, which was kind of wonderful in its own way. And the movie became the thing people poured their hearts into because that was what we were doing. There
Yeah.
wasn't a lot else going on.
Yeah, exactly. And lastly, I mean, getting a song by Maroon 5. Hello, hit the jackpot.
Yeah, Adam Levine agreeing to do the original song was dream come true. He was our first choice, and boy, it's a great dance song. My kids won't stop dancing to it.
Yeah, and do you get tired of like the Paw Patrol, like that opening song? Like how many times have you heard that?
Well, given that I've watched this movie about 6,000 times, I've heard it a lot. I love it because it brings my kids so much joy. So it's never grated on me.
That's good to hear, Cal. Thank you so much for your time today. Like I said, the movie's adorable. I really did enjoy it, and what a pleasure to talk to you today. Thanks so much for your
Thanks so
time.
much, Bonnie. Take
Okay,
it easy.
take
Bye.
care. Bye bye.